My psycho sister is infertile and I love watching her suffer. But what happened next made me hate her even more. I, 28 female, have an older sister, Angela, 30 female.
Ugh, Angela.
And I never liked her. She always had to compete with me, but never in a normal sibling rivalry kind of way. Our entire life, she always seemed to be resentful of my existence as the spotlight couldn't perpetually shine on her. So she had to step on everything I enjoyed.
Like, what'd she do?
Well, Sam, for example, if I learned piano, she learned piano. If I excelled at a subject, she suddenly became a scholar in it. If I told my mom I had a crush, Angela would be dating that boy in a week.
Sounds like your sister is just better at things than you.
I would always tell my parents when she did this, but I was disregarded because
You weren't as good.
my parents would say, sisters copy each other and I can't gatekeep what she likes. There was also more praise that followed Angela. Even if I took the initiative to do the activity first, she was praised because she was better. My parents would miss work to attend her recitals, going to every single one because the world would stop if they missed it. However, I remember maybe 2 of mine they've attended because they were always stuck at work.
Yo, but like, what would you rather listen to, Chopsticks or some Bach, you know? There's a reason they're not going. That's because you suck.
Poor OP right here.
Oh, yeah,
She's
we're
getting
really roasting
so
OP.
much shade she does not deserve. But Angela reveled in this. She would make comments under her breath around our parents. Get this.
Oh, no.
Whenever our parents went around, she'd tell me how much she hated me and how I should stop trying because I would always come second to her.
Fuck.
She also physically bullied me in school. Angela purposely tripped me and threw things at me and hit me on the hallways in a near daily basis.
Why?
Just insane, right?
Dude, don't punch down like that.
Just when I thought we were out. You bring me back in. The school tried to get involved multiple times, threatening Angela with suspension, but my parents fought it every single time. My parents repeatedly told administration that this was a family matter and we were just bickering like normal sisters. You know, just sister stuff.
It sounds like
No.
Opie's sister's kind of a
Yeah, big time.
big.
She was never once reprimanded by either parent. I would often get in trouble as Angela would start crying, saying that she was the one being targeted by the school when I had been the one antagonizing her.
What?
She's literally flipping back all of the things she does
Dude,
and
she's
it's like
gaslighting.
lying. Yeah, saying she's doing it. After one of these occasions, Angela harmed herself to prove to dad that I was the aggressor.
Yikes.
Oh my God. How can you be such a terrible person?
Dude, she really sucks.
I became a pariah due to Angela's malicious rumors about me, so it was difficult to make friends. I resorted to only befriending people in other districts. Angela eventually made sure that I had nobody by stalking them, befriending them, and telling all of my friends about how I was favored by her parents and I constantly bullied and belittled her. She is not letting her sister live. It is absolutely insane.
We're getting a one-sided story here. I wonder what her version of things are.
Angela seems like a fire starter, but maybe there was more kind of like that, like one-upping than meets the eye with this story.
Like maybe they're both doing
Maybe.
the same thing to each other.
I would quit as a parent. I'd be like, I resigned. Like
Yeah.
that would be too insane of a childhood scenario for me. She even stole boyfriends of mine doing this, convincing them I was horribly mean and an awful person and that I copied her every move. Once she literally catfished me on MySpace for 4 months and baited me into sending her pictures, which she proceeded to send to my parents and everyone in the school, including the teachers.
That was like a huge mistake just using MySpace. Come on, use it Facebook at least or Snapchat. Don't be a dinosaur.
Later on, she told one of the boys I liked that those were actually her pictures and I had catfished her. What is wrong
All right.
with this human?
This girl, terrible. But damn, is she like, she knows how to play the game.
Oh my God. She is the freaking Michael Jordan of just like
Manipulation,
bro.
Bro,
The MJ
Machiavellian
manipulation.
over here. She's ready to run a country, dude. Get this woman into politics, man.
Now, the day of my high school graduation, my mom sat me down and told me that Angela had revealed the horrid abuse that she had suffered at my hands, and I was no longer welcome in their home.
What?
After moving out the next day, my parents made very few attempts to communicate with me, only the occasional holiday and birthday text. All financial aid from them was also abruptly ended as soon as I stepped foot off my high school campus.
Wow.
I met my now husband shortly after this, and we were married within a year. They did not feel inclined to attend my wedding or even congratulate me. I informed my parents when I had my first child 8 years ago as an opening to them, but they made no attempt to contact me or meet any of my now 3 children.
Wow. Dude, this sucks. Do they know? Like, did she make an effort to try to like defend herself?
I can imagine a scenario where she's so exhausted from like she can't win with Angela, right? So I could see her just being like, I'm gone. I'm done. I'm gone.
It also sounds like that her sister is like super smart too.
Yeah, and she's like an evil genius.
Yeah.
She's lit Voldemort in the flesh, snake nostrils and everything. From what I know, Angela got married to one of the boyfriends that she stole from me in high school, and she's been posting about her infertility issues and how she can't offer my parents their first grandbaby.
It's like like when someone's so terrible that it's like hard for you to believe that it's real. So like you just don't think. But what trauma has this person experienced where she feels like this? Like,
I mean, maybe it's literally she's just like born a sociopath. Dude.
Yeah.
Just the neurons are synapsing in the wrong way. But after years of silence, I received a text at 8 this morning from my mom. I'm gonna copy and paste the entire response below. Hi, OP. It's me, your mama. We haven't talked in a while, and I surely miss you terribly. I wanted to let you know your sister had a miscarriage earlier this week. Angie and Justin are struggling a lot right now. Send something a little sweet her way. I'm sure she would appreciate it.
yo,
Get back to me. I love you.
Get the out of here.
Yup. I hate to say it, but I'm glad my sister's suffering. I'm glad that she doesn't get to be a mother. If she tormented me for years, what would she do to a child, especially a girl? I know in my heart that that child would be damaged by her. I'm angry at my parents for expecting me to have any sense of obligation to her. I don't even have any sense of obligation to them. They always believed her and dismissed me. I was always the problem child. It's strange how my mother can be so warm to me when asking me to do something for my sister. Also, the fact that they cared more about my sister's now past child than my actual living children, who wonder why they only have one set of grandparents. Dude,
so sad.
I feel some sort of guilt, but I refuse to offer any condolences to my destructive, narcissistic sister who has been justified in her bad behavior since birth. Maybe this will change her, help her develop some empathy or any type of emotion that isn't hate or vindictiveness. If that happens, I would be more than willing to offer support, but till then, I feel nothing but a small inkling of happiness that she is hurt. Am I awful for this?
Man, dude. What a doozy. I mean, I don't think OP's awful for it.
No.
You know, like after all the abuse.
It's very natural.
I think children often soften people. Maybe like having a kid will spark some kind of empathy in her. I don't think OP has any obligation to that part of her family anymore.
You know, we can debate all day long on like, is she the a-hole for like kind of like enjoying her suffer a bit? But at the end of the day, she has no obligation to do anything for her.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like OP should like maybe say like what she's thinking to a parent, or it's like say,
Yeah.
hey, like this is what my experience has been. This is why I'm not going to do this. The other thing is like, isn't there proof?
there has to be.
Right? Like if it's all this MySpace stuff and
Yeah.
like stealing boyfriends and all this shit, like, yeah, here's my messages with them first, then
Yeah.
here's her messages with them like later on.
I do agree that this is probably an opening, and that is potentially the most effective way to like actually have her side of the story heard. But again, at this, like the same thing as a graduation, like, is she just at a point where she's just kind of like throwing her hands up? Like, I don't want to exhaust myself any more than I have.
I mean, it seems like OP's made the choice to just distance herself from the whole family. And maybe that's the best thing mental health wise for her.
It's true. And you know what's a great choice for
Your
the mental
mental
health
health.
of everyone listening, Sam?
Go to r/OKOP show and and submit a story.
Craziest thing you got. We want to read it.
That we do.
If you thought that story was crazy, check out this one where someone says they cheated, but it wasn't their fault.